Hey guys, Shane here with the kickoff episode of my City of Champions podcast. I'll be speaking with local Edmontonians from the world of sports, business, and the arts, and I want to learn their stories, what drives them to succeed, and what methods they deploy to achieve that success. Today, I'm extremely excited for my first guest of the show. His name's Drew Stuve. So, Drew's an up-and-coming boxing sensation who also happens to give the sharpest haircuts in town at Mario's original barbershop. Drew and I had the conversation going quite a bit before we hit record on this, so please enjoy as we jump right in. So, what got you into boxing in the first place? Hold on, let's back up. Tell me about your junior hockey.
So juniors, I played junior B as a 16-year-old in Stony Plain.
As a goalie?
As a goalie, yeah. I was a goalie my
so
whole
you're
life.
already crazy to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what everyone says. But I played as a 16-year-old in Stony Plain. Mm-hmm. And then after that season, at the end of the season, I went to, it was a prospects camp in Las Vegas. So there's like 300 coaches from all around Canada and the States, just junior teams and college teams all around, and just have a tournament and play, and then they watch you, and they're walking around the whole weekend, and they come and talk to guys, they're offering contracts, and then that's where I talked to that Dallas team. Yeah. And that's how I got the contract from them. So honestly, Dallas they're a lot like Albertans over there. They're really oil field, work driven. Yeah. Every single one of them over there, like you say, I'm from Alberta, and they're like, oh yeah, I've been there.
I get that.
There.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, people there are super friendly. I would live there any day of the week again. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I want to move back to the States.
Yeah. So how was the season there?
It was all right. We weren't the greatest team. Mm-hmm. And then I think by mid-season we had 4 goalies. So I asked for a trade at that point. And then I was just waiting on a trade, and I was just kind of looking around at my options. Mm-hmm. And I ended up talking to a different team. And so the league I played in is called the Vancouver Island Junior Hockey League after I left Dallas. Mm-hmm. So that's it's junior B, but the team I went to play for was the number 1 team in Canada. Yeah. So I figured why not. So
that's Campbell River?
Yeah. Yeah, when I switched over to Campbell River, that team had an awesome fan base. Like we were getting 2,000 fans a game.
So did you feel like a celebrity or what?
Oh yeah. And that everyone knew the team in that town. So you walk around with your Campbell River Storm hoodie on, and everyone in town's pointing. Everyone knows who you are, and they come up and talk to you and stuff. It was cool. Felt like you're playing in the dub. Yeah. On a junior B team. So.
And then what happened after that year?
So what ended up happening was I played till Christmas, and then I came back, spent Christmas with my family here, and then I flew back. Mm-hmm. And then so I'd already been there for 3-4 months. Mm-hmm. And then when I went back after Christmas, I stayed till January. And then I got a call. I was supposed to play the day I got the call from Hockey Canada. Mm-hmm. So we were out warming up, and then my coach got the call saying that I couldn't finish the season in Campbell River because I had originally played in the States at the beginning of the season. So they said you can't finish under Hockey Canada. So someone brought up some rule. They're covering their tracks, obviously, because they originally told me, you're good to go to play there. Yeah. Or else I wouldn't have left in the first place, right?
Yeah, of course.
So my coach told me, I'm sorry, you can't finish the season, so I had to go home. And then, my team went on and won the national championship. And then the national tournament was hosted here in Cold Lake, Alberta. Yeah. So I drove up and watched the boys win it all. And then after,
how hard was that? Sitting and watching?
I don't know why I did it. I just wanted to go see all the guys. I made some really, really good friends over there. So I just went to see them, and then I watched the last game, watched them all celebrate on the ice, and I was just like, just brutal. And after that, I was like, I'm done hockey.
So that was it for you?
Yeah, that was that.
Yeah.
After that, I just turned everything off for me.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because at the beginning of that season, I would have went to frickin' Mars to play, but by the end of the season, I just had enough.
So then once you were done hockey, when did you move to Edmonton?
So I moved back to Edson that summer, and then I just worked for the summer and finished my high school and stuff, and then I moved to the city after that. Mm-hmm. And then originally I was taking business at Nate, and I didn't like it at all. And so when I first moved to the city is when I kind of got into the barbering thing. Me and my roommate, he was too cheap to pay for haircuts. He had a kind of a shitty job and wasn't making much money trying to pay for rent and stuff. So I had these old wall clippers my mom used to buzz my head with for me when I was a kid. And I used to try to do my own sides of my hair, and then finally one day he's like, yo, you want to give me a haircut? And I was like, okay, I can try. Yeah. So I used to just part his hair on the one side. I'd take it right short up the one side, and then same on the other, and then just leave it long on top for him to do whatever, and then full year straight, I gave him a haircut once a week.
Just the one guy? Just your roommate?
Yeah, just my roommate for a while. And then a couple of my other buddies saw I started getting not bad. And then, we'd be at our apartment on a Friday night having a few drinks before we go out. And we'd have one too many. And the boys would be like, give me a quick haircut before we go out. So I'd give the boys they weren't very good haircuts.
No.
They call me the backyard barber. That's what my friends call me.
The backyard barber?
Backyard barber.
Has that name stuck with you?
A little bit. Not as much now because my haircuts are a bit nicer than the backyard barber ones. But yeah, that's kind of how it started. And then, so I did that for a full year and then got good. Started doing a few of my buddies. And then I didn't like business at all at Nate. And so I got out of that. And I was just upgrading at the time and had no idea what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So one of my good friends in Edson, actually, he took this barber program downtown. It's called Mr. Barber School. Mm-hmm. And he ended up doing that. And he opened his own shop in Edson. So I talked to him about it. And he convinced me to go try the barber school. And I finally... Originally, I'd wanted to do it, but my parents told me, like you're not going to make a living doing that, blah, blah, blah. And then, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so they said, okay, we'll let you give it a try.
Yeah, you may as well try something, right?
Exactly, and then I don't know, for whatever reason, I just ended up being really good at it. Mm-hmm. So I finished the schooling in about a month, and then they hooked me up with a job. After that, I worked for them for 6-7 months, and then... So that shop was on the south side, and then I just wasn't making enough money over there. Wasn't enough traffic coming through, so that's when I went. And originally, I had went to Rob's shop. Mario's where I'm at now. Yeah. I got my hair cut there a few times before I went to barber school, and I always thought in my head I wanted to work at that shop.
Really?
It's such a nice shop.
What about it?
I don't know. I like the setup in there. I like the location's unreal. Like downtown, right on that busy street. I always wanted to work there. Actually, I called Rob the day I finished barber school to see if he was hiring, but he wasn't. Yeah. So that's when I got the job with the guys from the barber school. And then, the day I went and applied there, he's like, I was actually going to put a Kijiji ad up today. So
no way.
The job, he looked at my haircuts. He thought it looked all right. He said, let me know by tonight if you want it. The job's yours. So I took that and been working there since. Things have been going good.
So how does that work? You just show them a few pictures on your phone and this is what I did for my buddies?
Yeah, exactly. I had a bunch of my pictures of my haircuts I did at my old shop, and then so we did an interview haircut. Yeah. So he'll come in and watch you do a haircut and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking.
Does he sit right there, stand over you?
He doesn't sit right there, exactly, but you could feel his eyes on you from a little ways away watching you. It wasn't as bad that time as the first time, right when I was out of barber school. I had to go... I drove right when I finished. I drove right from the barber school to this shop and did a interview haircut. Mm-hmm. And that was before I had really any haircut experience, just whatever I did in school. And that was pretty nerve-wracking. Yeah. But I banged it out and got the job. So, and then now just it's easy now.
And do you like the whole process of sort of getting to know people? Getting the repeat customers.
It's awesome. I love talking to tons of different people. See what people are doing. Just hear what they have to say. And
so tell me what Mario's is a little bit like. I've been there a bunch of times, and Tanya pretty much just...
It's different working with these guys because it's we're a team. We're not co-workers. Me, Rob, Frank, and Tanya, and then the new girl, Emma. She's still kind of making her place in there. But
when did she start?
She started 2 months ago.
Okay. I haven't even seen her in there.
Yeah, she doesn't work very much, so I think she's only there 2 or 3 days a week. But yeah, I really like working with these guys. It's different. We work together. So Tanya, she's the hairstylist. So say a long haircut comes in that wants layers and all that, which I'm not the best with. Mm-hmm. I'll pass it on to her, and then say a zero fade comes in. He wants some designs on the side. She'll pass it to me. So that's what I really like. Or say someone needs really nice beard details. Frank's the master with his blade, so he'll do that. So it's great. We all work as a team, and it works a lot better that way. Whereas if we were trying to see who's going to do the most clients and trying to steal each other's clients,
of course,
lots of shops work like that because they're not busy like we are, right? So we don't have to fight over who gets the next haircut because we always got another one coming in. Whereas lots of other shops, it's trying to do this guy quick so I can take the next one and get his money and the next guy's money.
Yeah, you guys are... I don't think I've ever been in there when there's not at least 1 or 2 people in line. Sometimes there's 7 people in line.
Oh, yeah. Always, man. We're lucky that way.
How does that transition into boxing? So, at what point did you decide this is what I want to do?
So I was So I moved to the city, and then I was doing weights. I got really into fitness for a bit after I quit hockey. So when I moved back from Kamloops River, I'd been partying a lot there. I was the backup, so I just party.
I won't play. It's all good.
They loved me over there, so
Yeah.
we were partying way too much. Anyways, I gained a bit of weight. I was kind of chubby when I got back, so I said, I'm going to get into fitness. So I downloaded one of those apps and just started counting my calories.
Yeah.
And so over the summer, I just got in really good shape and lost a bunch of weight. And then once I got to the city, I started doing a bit of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And I got pretty jacked for a bit there, actually. Me and my roommate at the time that I was giving those haircuts to, he's really big into bodybuilding now. He's huge. But me and him, we worked out and cooked all our meals together, worked out super strict every day. I did that for like 6 months, Rick. So when I got back, I'd say I was like 230 pounds, and I got down to about 190. And then I got back up to about 215, but like just muscle.
So would you say you're naturally, like, your body
Oh,
can
I've always
adapt
been
like
over
that?
200 pounds, always.
Really?
I've been over 200 pounds since I was probably 15, 16 years old.
So you're definitely not what they call a hard gainer.
You can
gain.
no. Oh, I could gain weight so easily. It's hard for me to stay like at my fight weight.
Yeah.
It's not now. I'm getting more used to it.
Right.
But,
So then you were doing that a lot of the bodybuilding, and then what happened? What triggered, like, hey, I want to get?
so yeah, I was doing the bodybuilding, and then I just kind of got bored of weights. I just had no motivation anymore, and then so I said, hey, I was always into fighting. I fought a lot growing up. Like, I'd been arrested a few times in high school. I'd been suspended a few times from school. I used to have a fight on YouTube, actually. I think it had 1.5 million views.
Yeah. Wow. So you've been doing this for a while.
Oh
now.
yeah, I've been fighting for a while. I just always really liked fighting. I don't know why. It's fun to me.
Yeah.
So then, I went and joined one of those UFC gyms. It's called. And
Is that the one in Sherwood Park?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to the one in Sherwood Park. I made really good buddies with their head trainer. He's a pro MMA fighter, and me and him ended up getting a place together for a bit.
Okay.
So I was giving him free haircuts, and he was charging me $30 an hour to train me.
Nice.
Which is
that good?
Dirt cheap.
What's
for a
it
pro
normally
fighter.
cost?
Like normal would be $120 an hour.
Come on.
Yeah. So
Okay. Good deal.
dirt cheap. Yeah. So I trained with him for 4 or 5 months, and then I was just doing those sparring classes. I was doing kickboxing at this time,
Yeah.
not boxing. So I was doing that, and then just doing the sparring classes at the UFC gym. I wasn't really taking it serious. I wasn't dieting. I was just
Right.
going 3, 4, 5 days a week.
Right.
I just thought it was fun.
Something different instead
Yeah,
of weightlifting.
exactly. And then what happened, he took me to the pro fights in Edmonton. It's called Unified MMA. They have it over at the Capilano Conference Center there. So it was the first time I've ever been to any live fights. And the second I walked through those doors, I was like, there's no way I'm not doing this. I was
Yeah.
like, this is so cool. Just the vibes in there,
Just got the
just
edge.
the way everyone's just so excited, and it was unreal. So yeah, I said, man, I'm doing this. Like, I'm going to fight. So after that, he ended up getting a couple fights back home. He was from PEI, so he moved back home, and I didn't really have anyone to train with anymore. So have you seen my boxing club? It's right by my shop.
Yeah, I've driven by
Yeah,
there.
so
a
I
few
drove
times.
by there like
Yeah.
every day after work.
What's it called?
Westchester,
Westchester, and it's on what, 109?
109th Street and 106th Ave.
Yeah, I passed by there a
Yeah.
few times.
So I drove by there every day, and then finally one day I just went and popped in there, and yeah, I made really, really, really good friends with the coach. We're super close now. He's an older guy. He's in the Canadian Boxing Hall of Fame.
What's his name?
His name's Leo Marsh.
Okay.
Awesome coach. Knows his shit, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I joined there, and then I trained so I think I joined there at about Christmas, and I trained from Christmas till March, so December, January, February, March, so 3.5 months, and then that's when I had my first fight.
Yeah.
And I actually had my first fight at the Golden Gloves competition, so that's like the biggest competition of the year.
Was that at the shop?
No,
Was
that's
it-
where they have the pro fights. This is just
Oh.
amateur.
Okay.
So that was in Calgary at the Deerfoot Casino.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I won my first fight there at the Golden Gloves.
How'd you win?
I went all 3 rounds, but it wasn't even close. Like,
So walk me through that first fight, like from the moment you like walked down into the ring, and then like when they
it's
announced your
just-
names, like was it all just a blur?
no, I remember it perfectly, man. It was awesome. I don't know. It was my first fight. I wasn't nervous. Yeah, I used to get super, super nervous before hockey games. Like I'd be standing in the net before puck drop, and my legs would just be shaking. I'd
Really?
be so nervous. But when it comes to fighting, I don't get nervous like that.
Yeah.
And I think hockey, being a goalie, really helped with the individual pressure.
Yeah.
because fighting is all on you, but goalie pretty much is too. I mean, you're on the team, but you're standing there in the net alone the whole time.
Yeah.
You're sitting there, you're in your head talking to yourself. Like, it's basically all alone.
I can't even imagine. Like,
so yeah, I think being a goalie definitely helped with that.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, I wasn't nervous, like I said, for my first fight. I was just super, super amped up and excited. Like, I remember we first walked up, and he just announced my name. I walked into my corner, and I was bouncing around, and my coach tapped me. He says, "Calm down, save your energy." You're too excited, just settle down.
yeah.
And then then my coach told me after, he said, make sure you throw the first punch and throw the last punch. That's all you got to worry about in your first amateur fight.
Wow.
So
just simple like that.
Yeah, simple like that.
Did you keep that in your mind,
or
were you trying to kill the guy?
Man, I charged him off the bat and just started punching him after that. And then, the fight went really well. I fought super technically, and then, I beat him. It wasn't even close, unanimous decision.
Was he experienced?
We both had no fights.
Okay.
He had about exact same amount of training as me, but he was a weight class above me.
Right.
So I was supposed to fight. I fight at 178. The guy I was supposed to fight ended up, he had like 6 fights. So my coach said, no, we're not taking that because it's my first fight.
Of course.
So they said, we got this guy. He's 185. But you could come up and fight him if you want. So I just said, sure. Whatever.
7 pound difference?
Yeah.
Now, is that a lot in a boxing ring?
It is. But, I mean,
that fight went well, and you were like, okay, I'm continuing on.
Oh yeah,
this.
so that fight went awesome.
Yeah.
So I just continued training, and then got another one lined up so that was in Edmonton. This one was a lot different. So I had it was my first fight here in Edmonton, and I had probably at least 30 of my buddies coming out to watch.
Yeah.
So I got there. It was just one fight before mine, and I look at the crowd, and there's a good 30 of my buddies, all my coworkers. My dad came up, my grandpa came up, everyone from my gym.
Yeah.
Like, I had that whole place just buzzing with my fans. So I had all my boys chanting for me when I came out. So I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous as hell before this fight.
So the nerves kicked in for
this
one.
Hell yeah. I did not want to lose in front of everyone. I was like, there's no way I can lose in front of everyone. So I went out first round. I was a bit shaky. I can honestly say I lost the first round for sure. I just wasn't throwing punches. I was getting caught. I didn't realize off the bat too he was a southpaw, which makes the world of difference.
Right. So was that your fault, or
it was my fault? It was partially my coach's fault too. I mean, he should have noticed that and said something. But
do you guys review like video before these fights? Or?
Sometimes it depends. The last guy I fought, we did because we had video of him. But this guy was from Winnipeg, so I didn't really know anything of him. Okay. But anyways, so I lost the first round, and then. I came out in the second. I came out really strong in the second. I'd say the second was close, but I'd say I won it for sure. And then I came out in the third. I remember going back to my corner, and I thought in my head, I'm like, shit, I'm losing this fight. I'm gonna lose this fight. I need to go out this round and do whatever I can. So I went out that round, and I stopped him I think with 20 seconds left in the fight, and I had him. I remember I had him up in the corner. And I was just there was a brawl. This fight just turned into a brawl. Completely different from my first fight. My first fight was all technical, which is weird for being your first fight. Usually it's a brawl. But so this one was an all-out brawl. And finally I got him in the corner, and I remember I was just throwing punches, and I kind of seen, I could barely breathe at this point. Yeah. And I kind of seen out of the corner of my eye, the ref was coming closer, he was going to stop it. Yeah. So I just told myself, don't stop, just keep going. I literally felt like I was going to die, and finally the ref comes in and breaks it up. Yeah. And I remember after I just leaned over the ropes, and I just couldn't even breathe after that. But
was it body shots, head shots?
Oh, everything. Yeah, I was just
and the guy's just turtling? Or what?
Oh, yeah. I was just throwing haymakers.
So when that happened, and that's you took the fight as long as it could go, 20 seconds left. Yeah. And you knew, how good was that feeling, knowing you won versus having to be announced after?
That was the best feeling, man. Knowing that, I can't even explain that feeling. Everyone there too watching, there's no feeling like that in the world.
Right. And your just body's so exhausted.
I took I think 2 weeks off after that fight. Honestly, I couldn't even move my body after that. Just throwing all those punches is hard. It's so much different than from when we spar in the gym and stuff. When you're actually throwing a punch and trying to hit a guy as hard as you can, it takes so much out of you. The next day I couldn't even freaking walk. Yeah. I took a bit of a beating that fight too. It was a good fight. He was a tough kid.
So you're lucky you're 3-0 now. So you've never had the experience of feeling shitty after a fight.
Not yet.
And also having lost. Like, at least when you're feeling shitty, you know you still won, so it's all worth it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I know, that's the thing. I still haven't. I've taken some beatings. I'll give you that.
And then so fight 3, how'd that one go? So you went from technical
fight
to
3,
brawling.
yeah. So I fought this guy from Lloydminster. I knew going into this fight it was going to be an easy fight. I had footage of him from his last fight. He was out of shape. He was shorter than me, way heavier than me though. His last fight, I think he fought at 200 or 195.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has a good 15 pounds on me, but. Yeah, so I went into that fight fairly confident. I didn't even see him at the weigh-ins, honestly. I showed up to the weigh-ins a little bit late. My car broke down that day, like, while I was driving up to the fight, so I was working on my car all day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I...
didn't get disqualified, though.
So, actually, when I first finally saw him, he walked by me and we were outside. So there's like the banquet room with the ring and stuff where everybody's watching, and then there's the hallway, and then there's like the room where we're all practicing, getting ready to fight. Right. So we walked by each other and he kind of like smirked at me and gave me a wink, and I just told him, "You're going down, bud." And then so he was laughing at me and my buddy. We were lined up ready to go, and he was just standing there laughing at me. So I told him, "You're not going to be laughing in 10 minutes." So yeah, we went out.
Did the hockey player chirps come out a little bit? Like, hockey guys are notorious for...
The thing is about amateur boxing is they hate showboating, they hate the chirping, they hate all... They want it to be as professional as possible.
Which is ironic because it's amateur.
Yeah, which is weird, right? Whereas pro boxing is all about putting on a show.
The hype. What's your next fight is when?
So my next fight should be in September.
Right.
September 24th, I believe. We're heading down to Arizona.
Okay.
In the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had this team come down. They fought at our card back in May. They fought at our card, so they invited us to come fight at their gym now.
Okay. So what's the training process like when you're going into one of these fights? Like, so what does it look like 3 months out?
3 months, hard training.
Hard training?
Hard sparring, like beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Every night, running.
Yeah. And is that as
typical bag work, all that stuff, just what we're always doing.
Now, is that as much to train like your muscles and your endurance as much as it is to get used to taking a punch?
What do you mean?
Well, like if you're beating the crap out of each other, like, you know, you're training to like hit someone hard, but is it also to train you to be able to like take punches and understand like what happens to you when you get rattled?
Yeah.
Because it can't be easy getting like
it's not, man. That's why you got to put in those sparring rounds. Honestly, I think that's what helps the most. I think right now, as of yesterday, I'm at 200 sparring rounds since I joined this gym.
Right.
So that's not bad. In 6 months, 200 rounds. It's quite a bit. But I mean, I'd like to even put in more work than that. It's good now. We got another gym. Just yesterday, we had the Southside Boxing Club. They came over. They've been coming over and sparring with us, so we're starting to get some good rounds in, getting to spar against some other guys. Yeah. But it's getting good between me and my sparring partner now. We're starting to get a rhythm with each other. We know how each other fight. Yeah. And, you know, it's getting better and better each time.
And then if you've got tape on a guy before a fight, like how much altering of your style, if you even have a style, like what would you say your style is?
My style, honestly, I could honestly say I fight a little bit like McGregor, I guess.
Okay.
As a boxer, you know, kind of upright. I fight more on the outside. I got long arms, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to stay on the outside. I use my jab a lot. My best part of my fight game is my jab. Mm-hmm. My jab is lethal.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, it's really good. But yeah, I don't change my style so much.
Someone said to me once it's 70% jabs. Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, like I just fought a heavyweight last night. We were sparring. It was basically a fight. Like when those guys come from those other gyms, it's not light sparring. We go hard.
Right. And everyone's kind of trying to kill the other guy.
Yeah, exactly. He was jacked, man. Like big guy, way bigger than me. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I just kicked his ass. He just couldn't get around that jab.
Nice.
And it makes the world of difference. That's another thing people don't understand in fighting is it's not size. Size has nothing to do with it. It's all skill and technique.
Yeah.
But mainly what I try to use is my jab, just because my arms are so long. Stay on the outside, hit him with the jab, rights, hooks, just long arms. That's what you're going to want to do. But you'll change that up. Say if I'm fighting another guy with just as long of arms, maybe I want to try and get on the inside. But if I'm fighting a little powerful guy with small, short arms, you want to stay on the outside the whole time.
Yeah.
Because all he's going to be doing is trying to fight me on the inside, right?
Yeah.
Because if he tries to fight me on the outside, he won't touch me because my arms are just too long.
You're like seriously into this, hey? Like you're pursuing this as like a career. Hey?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't want to screw around. I want to do it for real.
So how does that look like? you're 3-0 now, and you've got another fight coming up in September. Like, is this just you keep hitting one after another and just keep building and building?
Keep going and keep getting that fight experience. I want to get as much of that ring experience as I possibly can before I want to try and go pro.
What's the turning pro like? Like, what does that involve?
So turning pro, all that really means is you're making money.
Yeah.
You're getting paid to fight.
Okay.
Is what pro means. So in order to do that, I've already, like, my fight before that in Edmonton, yeah, the KO boxing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so his name's Milan, the guy who runs that. He was at our fights, actually. I guess he called my coach.
That's Jelena's trainer, right? Milan?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Milan called my coach and said that he really liked my fight and my other buddy's fight, and said he's going to keep watching us, and told him, maybe down the road.
Just from the shadows.
Yeah. Maybe down the road we'll get a pro contract or something, so that'd be pretty sweet. That's pretty good.
So how does that work though? Like, who offers the contract? Who pays you? Like, how is the money made?
So honestly, I haven't really looked into it lots. Like, I'm still just getting started, but from what I know so far is you'll get a promoter that'll come and offer you a contract and say, look, you fight for me, because you're making them money, right? And the reason he liked me, obviously, is because I had all those people there watching and screaming and all the hype. He said, this kid could make me money, right? Yeah. That's all they look at. Is this guy going to bring in fans? Is he going to sell tickets?
Yeah. So it's in your best interest to, like, promote your brand and really like get people interested and follow.
Exactly. That's how my coach told me. This is how you get rich when you go to your pros, is you make a ton of fans in your amateurs that want to watch you, and they will follow you into your pros. He said by the time he went pro, he had buses full of fans.
Really?
And that's how you make money, because when you go pro, I think you get 50% of every ticket you sell.
That's unreal.
So yeah, that's why I'm really happy with the barbershop thing. That could help a lot when I go pro. I mean, sell tickets at the shop.
Yeah. You guys get how many people in there in a day? Like 100?
Yeah, exactly. Right? I
mean,
if I could sell even 5 tickets a day, that's however much a ticket is. $20 a ticket, it's $50 in my pocket right there.
You're killing it, man. You're doing it. This is awesome. You're going to need an agent soon.
I know, right?
So tell me a little bit about McGregor Mayweather. Like, what are your thoughts on the fight?
Honestly, I love Conor McGregor. I think he's unreal. His attitude it's nuts how someone can be that confident in themselves. Like, I strive to be like that, that guy. But saying that, he will never, ever beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing ring.
No?
No. Never.
Okay. You're calling it no chance.
No chance. He's been boxing for 20 years. Boxing is not. I know this. I've been doing it for almost a year now. And boxing is not a sport you just pick up in 6 months and you can move like Floyd Mayweather. Like, there's absolutely no way. And the only way you'll understand that is if you go and try and do it. You will realize the rhythm of the footwork and your head movement and your hand speed and all that. His will never live up to Mayweather's.
Okay.
At least not for 20 years.
Right. So what if McGregor plays a little underhandedly and tries, toes the line?
That's the thing, though. That's the beauty of fighting is I'm not going to say he has zero chance, because it's a fight, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you get one lucky hit on the chin and he knocks him out.
Yeah.
Okay, but he'll never beat him in points for sure.
Right, because fighting is
the only possible way he could beat him is he's got to knock him out within the first 4 rounds.
Yeah.
I think
because you think he'll tire out otherwise?
Yeah, for sure. And Mayweather he won't.
So what if McGregor like clinches up and throws a couple dirty hits and like gets Floyd off his game? Like, do you think Floyd can be rattled like that?
See, I think it's going to be the other way around. I think it's going to be him trying to do this dirty shit or throw his punches or his left, and he's just not going to be able to touch Floyd. I think it's going to be McGregor who's going to be frustrated.
Interesting.
Because Floyd just moves so quick, man. Like, you watch his counter punch, his signature move is a guy will throw a punch and he'll pop back and then instantly counter punch him.
Right.
He does it so fast. It's like, this guy's insane.
So what percentage chance do you think that McGregor gets disqualified?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I've been talking about that with a few clients too.
Do you put it at like 20% chance?
No, I'd
not
say
that much.
Maybe like a 1 or 2%.
That's it.
I think it's low. I mean, he's not an idiot. They have it in the contract that if he does anything, he's getting sued for everything he owns, and he won't get a single penny of the purse.
Right.
So
What if he gets disqualified?
Yeah, if he gets disqualified, he won't get $1 from that fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
So I mean, why would you do that, right?
that's a lot of pressure
The only
on the ref.
thing I
though.
was thinking is the odds of that happening. I think were 1,000 to 1. You could bet on it. So I think the only way him doing that is go get all his buddies to bet on it.
Exactly.
And you put $1 down, you make $1,000. So.
Yeah. But still, that's
Still,
a lot.
it's not-
That's a lot of bets to
and then
get
that
to.
would ruin him after. He would never
Yeah.
get a fight again after that.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure on the ref though, too, right? Like,
Exactly.
knowing,
He's got to watch close.
Yeah, holy shit, man.
For
Like,
sure.
It baffles me. I think I'm just excited to see.
I'm
what
just
happens.
excited it's happening. Like
Yeah.
it's just I couldn't believe it actually happened. I said
Yeah.
at the beginning, "Oh, that'll never happen." It's just all talk, but they made it happen. It's crazy.
This is a weird situation though, where Floyd's actually fighting a guy who McGregor is telling him like, if this were a real fight, I would kill you. Like I would kill you, and it's true.
It is
right?
true. He would beat him anywhere but in a boxing ring.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a random question for you, but if you could have 3 people over for dinner, host them, anyone, could be athletes, could be, artists, could be musicians, who would you have over and why?
I would have Conor McGregor there, 100%.
I
That guy's a
understand why.
character. I need to meet him in person. Conor McGregor, Gervonta Davis. He's a boxer. He's actually Floyd's protege right now.
Oh, really?
Really cool guy. I like
Yeah.
him a lot. He's probably one of my favorite boxers.
Young guy?
Yeah.
What's his record right now?
His record, I think he's 25-0.
Yeah.
23-0, something like that. He's the IBO world champ.
What's IBO?
IBO is it's like one of the different boxing federations. Honestly, I don't understand how it all works. There's like 5 different ones.
You get paid to think, man. You get paid to fight.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I just go in there and win the belt. I don't pay attention.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So let's go McGregor, Gervonta Davis, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. So you
I've
can
always
narrate
been
the
a
whole
fan.
thing?
Yeah, exactly. I've always been a fan of him.
Cool, man. You got any questions for me?
Oh, that's here. Good.
Okay, Drew, Stuve, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. First guest on the Shane Fantasy Podcast, episode 1. Where can people follow you on Instagram, learn a little bit more about you and your fights?
So yeah, you can follow me at drew.stuve, so drew.stuve. And thanks a lot for having me.
Cool, man. All the best in your training, and I'll see you for my next haircut.
You betcha.
All right, ciao, man.
Thanks a lot, bro.